with all my might. In the shadows I'll rise, unleashing thunder and stormy skies. No longer hidden in the night, I'll shine my light with all my might, with all my might.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. You ready to unleash your inner homepreneur?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're diving deep today, folks, into this awesome ebook, Homepreneur's Guide to Unleashing Success.
Right. So much good stuff packed in here.
Yeah, and we'll be exploring like all the cool stuff about how the work world is changing.
How it's all different now.
Exactly. And then we'll get into tips for freelance writers. We'll uncover ways to make money online.
Oh, yeah, and the mindset, too, like what you need to really make it work at home.
Exactly. The mindset, being productive, all that.
I love how this book really digs into how work has evolved. The internet, technology, it's totally changed everything, hasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Like, remember the old 9-to-5 office grind?
Yeah, seems like ancient history now, right? This book gets into all these amazing new possibilities.
It totally does. Like, one of the things that really got me excited was how the book lays out all the benefits of homepreneurship.
Oh, yeah, those benefits.
The flexibility, no more crazy commutes, saving money.
And you can actually be more productive working from home. It's in the book.
That's what they say. What really resonated with me was how the book made it clear that homepreneurship isn't just one thing, you know?
Exactly. It's a whole world, right? You could be a freelancer, you could have your own online biz.
Or even working remotely for a company.
Right, there's so many options. But the key takeaway, and the book emphasizes this, is finding your niche.
Niche down, baby.
Oh!
Specialize. Okay, speaking of niches, chapter 2. It's like a gold mine for any aspiring freelance writers out there.
Just looking at that chapter, so many great tips.
Yeah. It gets into how to build a killer portfolio, how to find gigs on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr.
And even like scaling your writing business over time.
Boom. Building that empire.
And you know what I appreciate? The book doesn't shy away from the nitty-gritty stuff, the practical stuff.
Like what?
Like contracts. You gotta have rock-solid contracts.
Oh, for sure.
And taxes. People don't always think about that when they start freelancing.
Easy to overlook.
Yeah. But the book has a whole section on legal and financial stuff for freelance writers. Super valuable, especially when you're first starting out.
Totally. Okay, chapter 3. This was fun. It throws this little quiz at you. It's like a reality check before you jump headfirst into the homepreneur life.
Oh, yeah, that quiz. I was like, good question.
It made me think. Questions like, do you need a structured work environment? Or, are you a master of self-motivation?
Those are the things you gotta be honest with yourself about.
Right. It's easy to romanticize working from home.
But it's not for everyone.
Yeah. The book's point is answering those questions honestly helps you see if it really fits your personality and how you like to work.
I like how it's called a gut check before taking the leap.
A gut check. Perfect.
It makes you think twice.
Okay, speaking of leaps, the book also dives into building virtual teams.
Oh, yeah. That whole world.
It covers everything from, like, how to find amazing people online.
To onboarding them and then, like, supporting them remotely.
It's a whole process.
One thing I found really interesting was how the book stressed the importance of soft skills, especially when you're working virtually.
Like what kind of soft skills?
Well, communication is huge. Obviously.
Yeah, gotta be able to communicate.
But also flexibility, problem solving. These things become even more important when you're not face-to-face all the time.
That makes sense. Okay, ready to talk money.
Always ready to talk money.
All right, this is where things get really interesting. Chapter 6. They throw out 50 ways to make money online.
50? I was like, wait, what?
I know. We're talking everything from the usual suspects like freelancing, e-commerce.
Yeah, the stuff everyone's heard of.
Right. But then they get into some wild ideas.
Oh, yeah. Some out there stuff.
Like, have you ever thought about offering online pet care advice?
Wait, what? Online pet care?
I know, right? Or, like, virtual landscaping consultations.
That's a thing.
Apparently.
Oh.
It's mind-blowing, the variety out there. And I think that's what the book does so well, is like, hey, not every opportunity is for everyone. Explore, experiment, but ultimately focus on the stuff that aligns with your skills and like what you're passionate about. I mean, online pet care consultations, who knew?
Right, but it probably works for someone. Okay, so you found your groove, you're making money online. Chapters 10 and 11, they're all about setting yourself up for success.
The practical stuff, right?
Yeah, creating a productive workspace, getting into a routine, minimizing those distractions that pop up.
Oh, the distractions.
And this is key, prioritizing self-care. You can't forget that.
So important. What I love is how the book emphasizes self-care. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle, working from home.
And then you burn out.
Exactly. And then you're no good to anyone. The book reminds us that sustainability is about pacing ourselves, not just working hard.
But working smart.
Working smart. Love that. Okay, your workspace. The book goes all in on this.
Let's deck out that home office.
Choosing the right spot, investing in a good chair, ergonomic stuff.
That carry your back.
Right. But also like lighting, personal touches, making your space feel inspiring.
Make it your own. I thought it was really helpful how they stressed the technical side too,
Oh, yeah, the tech.
Reliable internet, must have. And a backup power source, just in case.
So you don't lose all your work. Okay, let's peek into the future.
Ooh, I like this part.
Me too. Chapter 12, it's all about the trends shaping remote work. What's coming next?
The pandemic obviously had a huge impact.
Yeah, everything changed.
But also the rise of hybrid work models, more and more reliance on AI and automation. It's wild.
The future is now.
Yeah.
What really stood out to you from that chapter?
I think the book's emphasis on adaptability is so crucial. We're in a world that's constantly changing,
So true.
We gotta be lifelong learners, always updating our skills, evolving with the time.
Evolve or die?
Pretty much. And speaking of evolving, Chapter 13 dives into effective communication for remote workers.
Ah, yes, communication. The key to everything.
Right. This chapter's got it all. Choosing the right tools.
So many tools out there.
I know. And then setting clear expectations, navigating time zone differences if you're working with people all over the world.
That can be tricky.
It can. But the book's got you covered.
Awesome.
It's fascinating how the book ties communication skills to professional development. Like in a remote setting where you're not bumping into people in the hallway.
Yeah, no water cooler chats.
Exactly. Being able to articulate your ideas clearly, collaborate effectively, that becomes a superpower.
Your secret weapon.
It is. You're not there in person to charm everyone, so your words have to do the work.
Makes sense.
It's like communication becomes your personal brand when you're working remotely. The book really drives that point home.
I love that. Communication is your personal brand. That's so true.
Yeah.
And then the book kind of shifts gears, gets into the financial side of things.
The money stuff.
Yeah, specifically taxes. Chapter 20 breaks down this often dreaded aspect of homepreneurship.
Taxes, nobody likes them, but they're important.
They are. And the book does a surprisingly good job of making it approachable.
It does, yeah. It lays it all out, like understanding your tax obligations, keeping good records.
Oh, their records. So important.
And claiming those deductions, the ones you deserve.
Get that money back.
Yeah.
Let's be real, taxes can be a headache, especially when you're running your own show.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole other level.
I appreciate that the book encourages people to reach out to a tax pro if they need to.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you don't have to do this alone.
Exactly. Get some help. Okay. Chapter 21. This is a big one. Building your online presence. It's essential for any homepreneur who wants to succeed.
Got to get yourself out there.
This chapter is like your personal digital marketing guru. Seriously. It covers everything, website creation, social media strategy, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, but the book goes beyond just blasting out your message. What I found interesting was how it emphasized building a community,
Oh, for sure. Community is everything.
It's not just about broadcasting. It's about connecting with your audience, building relationships.
Creating a tribe around your brand. Right.
Exactly. And then chapter 25 takes that even further. It dives into the power of networking.
Networking, it's not just for suits anymore.
It encourages you to go to industry events, online or offline, meet people, potential clients, collaborators, mentors.
Get out there and mingle. Or, mingle virtually.
The book really makes it clear that networking isn't just about handing out business cards. It's about, building genuine relationships, offering value to others.
It's about showing up authentically, contributing to the conversation.
Even if it's just sharing a helpful tip or, giving someone a little encouragement.
Be a good human. Okay, something that really hit home for me was the book's focus on mindset. The right mindset for homepreneurship.
It's not just about the practical skills.
No, it's so much more than that. It's a whole new way of thinking.
It's like rewiring your brain for this new way of working.
You gotta be adaptable, self-disciplined, resilient, all those qualities that help you navigate the ups and downs of homepreneurship.
Because there will be ups and downs.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the book gives you tools to handle it.
What I love is how the book frames it as a mindset makeover, not just a to-do list. It's about shifting your perspective, embracing the freedom and flexibility that homepreneurship offers.
Freedom and flexibility, that's the dream.
It is. And I think that's what makes this book so relevant. You know, we're in this time where the old way of working is being challenged. People want more autonomy, more control over their lives.
People are craving that freedom.
And this book is like a guide. It shows you how to get there. But it's also realistic. It doesn't shy away from the potential downsides of homepreneurship.
There are going to be challenges.
One that really stuck with me was like staying motivated and productive when you're your own boss. You know, no one's looking over your shoulder.
It's all on you.
Any tips from the book that help with that?
Oh, yeah, they had a lot of good stuff. One thing that resonated with me was creating a structured routine.
Structure, I need that.
It's about finding what works for you, whether that's setting specific work hours, having a dedicated workspace, taking regular breaks throughout the day.
Creating boundaries, finding a rhythm that works for you.
Exactly. The book also talks about setting achievable goals. You know, break down those big, overwhelming tasks into smaller, more manageable steps.
Chunk it down.
Yes. And then celebrate those small wins along the way. It's super motivating, especially when you're working solo.
It's easy to get lost in the day-to-day and forget to, like, pat yourself on the back.
Totally. The book reminds us to pause, reflect, appreciate how far we've come. Okay, another challenge the book addresses is isolation and loneliness. You know, it's a real thing for a lot of homepreneurs.
It can be tough working from home all the time.
The book has some great advice for combating that. It talks about like nurturing your social connections, being intentional about scheduling coffee dates, virtual meetups, joining online communities.
Finding your people, even if it's online.
Exactly. We're working from home, but we don't have to be alone.
Okay, let's talk money again. Specifically, the financial side of things. Managing your income, dealing with the ups and downs of self-employment, planning for those pesky taxes. It can feel overwhelming.
It's a lot to juggle.
What financial tips stood out to you from the book?
Well, the book really stressed the importance of good financial habits, you know, budgeting, tracking your income and expenses, setting aside money for taxes.
Being responsible.
Exactly. And even seeking guidance from a financial advisor if you need it. It's about taking control of your financial well-being.
Being proactive.
And I also appreciate that the book acknowledges the emotional roller coaster that can come with self-employment, you know? The ups and downs, the uncertainty.
It's not all sunshine and roses.
No, it's not. The book encourages readers to develop coping mechanisms for those inevitable challenges.
So you don't lose your mind.
Right. Whether that's practicing mindfulness, leaning on your support network, or just taking breaks to recharge.
Self-care, again. That's a recurring theme.
It is. And it's not just about bubble baths and meditation. It's about building resilience, managing your energy so you can handle the challenges of homepreneurship without burning out.
That's so important. Couldn't have said it better myself. Building that solid financial base and making sure you're taking care of yourself mentally, it's all connected, right?
Absolutely. It's all part of the bigger picture of thriving as a homepreneur.
Okay, so we've talked about the now, but what about the future? Does the book look ahead at all? Like, what's coming next for homepreneurship?
Oh yeah, they definitely do. In chapter 26, they put on their like futurist hats and explore all these trends that are shaping the future of remote work.
Cool. Like, what kind of trends? Give me the scoop.
Well, they talk about how hybrid work models are going to keep growing, how virtual reality and augmented reality are going to become more and more a part of how we work.
Whoa, VR and AR in the workplace. That's wild.
And then there's the whole AI and automation thing is going to keep changing everything.
Sounds like the future of work is going to be pretty dynamic. What does the book say homepreneurs can do to, like, stay ahead of the game?
They really emphasize the importance of always learning, always leveling up your skills.
Never stop learning.
Yep. Embrace new technologies, keep up with what's happening in your industry, and be ready to adapt as things change.
Be flexible, be a sponge, soak it all up.
Exactly. It's all about being a lifelong learner. And this book, honestly, it's a great guide for navigating the crazy world of homepreneurship. It's always changing, but the book gives you the tools to keep up.
It's like a roadmap, but a roadmap that updates itself.
I like that. What I really appreciate is how the book doesn't just paint this like perfect picture of homepreneurship. They're honest about the challenges, they give you real advice for dealing with them, and they help you figure out if this path is actually right for you.
Because it's not for everyone.
No, it's not. But for the right people, It can be amazing. This book helps you figure out which one you are.
I love that. It's like a compass and a toolbox all in one. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Homepreneur's Guide to Unleashing Success, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this conversation?
I hope they feel inspired to explore the possibilities of homepreneurship. Whether they're just starting to think about it or they're already on the journey, this book has so much to offer. Practical strategies, inspiring stories, and that extra push to make it all happen.
Beautifully said. And to our listeners, if you're even a tiny bit curious about homepreneurship, or if you're already living the dream, check out this book. It's a fantastic resource full of wisdom and motivation. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of homepreneurship. We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.
Burning bridges, chasing dreams in the darkest corners, where the shadows gleam, lost in a world too cold to touch, where the fire inside me burns a bit too much. Echoes of the past haunting my mind and leaving scars behind, but they won't define. I'm breaking free from this maze of despair, finding strength in the ashes I'll repair. In the shadows I'll arise, unleashing thunder and stormy skies, no longer hidden in the night. I shine my light with all my might. Chasing dreams in the darkest corners where the shadows gleam, lost in a world too cold to touch, where the fire inside me burns a bit too much. Echoes of the past haunting my mind, leaving scars behind, but they won't define. I'm breaking free from this maze of despair, finding strength in the ashes I'll repair. In the shadows I'll arise, unleashing thunder and stormy skies, no longer hidden in the night. I shine my light with all my might. In the shadows trails unclear, bridges may crumble, dreams may sway, but in my heart I'll find my way. So let the shadows dance and fade, for in their midst my path is laid. With courage as my guiding star, journey on no matter how far. In the echoes of my newfound might, I'll blaze a trail, shining ever bright. Shadows I'll rise, unleashing thunder and stormy skies, no longer hidden in the night. I'll shine my light with all my might, with all my might. Through the haze of doubt and fear, I'll forge ahead, leaving trails unclear. Bridges may crumble, dreams may sway, but in my heart I'll find my way. So let the shadows dance and fade, for in their midst my path is laid. with courage as my guiding star. Journey on, no matter how far, in the echoes of my newfound mind. In the echoes of my, in the shadows I'll rise, unleashing thunder, stormy skies, no longer hidden in the night. I'll shine my light with all my might, with all my might. Through the haze of doubt and fear, I'll forge ahead, leaving trails unclear. Bridges may crumble, dreams may sway, but in my heart I'll find my way. So let the shadows dance and fade, for in their midst my path is laid. With courage as my guiding star, journey on, no matter how far. So let the shadows dance and fade.